Jehovah's name, what it means to Jesus. I have made your name known to them and will make it known. John 17:26. Focus. How Jesus made Jehovah's name known and how he has sanctified and vindicated that name. Questions 1 and 2. A. What did Jesus do on the night before he was put to death? B. What questions will be considered in this article? Our response. We appreciate how Jesus, even in the face of betrayal and death, took time to encourage his faithful apostles and pray meaningfully to Jehovah. This reminds us that during trials, focusing on spiritual priorities can strengthen both us and others, just as Philippians 4 verses 6 and 7 assures us that Jehovah's peace will guard our hearts. In this article, we will consider the following 2 questions. What does Jesus' prayer, recorded in John chapter 17, reveal to us about his concerns at that time? How does that prayer show what was important to him during his entire ministry while here on earth? Question 3. What did Jesus say about Jehovah's name, and what did he mean? Our response. We agree that Jesus made Jehovah's name known not merely by saying it, but by revealing the person it represents, his purposes, activities, and qualities. This helps us to imitate Jesus by teaching others about Jehovah's personality and works, as Psalm 9 verse 10 assures us that those knowing his name will trust in him. Questions 4 and 5. A. How might we illustrate what it means to come to know a person's name? B. In what way did Jesus' disciples come to know Jehovah's name? Our response. We value the illustration showing that knowing someone's name deeply involves knowing their actions and qualities. Jesus' disciples saw Jehovah's qualities reflected perfectly in him, fulfilling John 14 verse 9. This motivates us to reflect Jehovah's qualities in our own conduct so others may come to know him more fully, as in 1 Peter 2 verse 12. Question 6. In what sense did Jehovah give Jesus his name? Our response. Based on John 5 verse 43 and 2 Corinthians 5 verse 20, we recognize that Jehovah gave Jesus his name in the sense of making him his representative and associating the divine name closely with Jesus' role. Knowing that Jesus came in his Father's name strengthens our resolve to act as worthy representatives of Jehovah in our ministry and daily life. Question 7. Illustrate how Jesus could speak in Jehovah's name. Our response. We see that just as an ambassador speaks with the authority of the ruler he represents, Jesus spoke with Jehovah's authority. This assures us that the teachings of Jesus are from Jehovah himself, confirming the truth of John 7 verse 16 and motivating us to accept and obey his counsel wholeheartedly. Question 8. How was Jehovah's name in Jesus prior to his coming to earth? Our response. We understand that Jehovah's name was in Jesus because he served as his principal spokesman even before coming to earth, possibly being the angel who guided Israel during the Exodus. Exodus 23 verses 20 and 21. This deepens our appreciation of Jesus' long-standing role in upholding Jehovah's sovereignty and inspires us to remain loyal to that sovereignty. Psalm 103 verse 19. Question 9. How important was Jehovah's name to Jesus? Explain. Our response. We are encouraged by the fact that Jehovah's name was central to Jesus' mission both in heaven and on earth. His public plea for Jehovah to glorify his name, John 12 verse 28, motivates us to make Jehovah's name known in our own territory, confident that Jehovah will continue to glorify it. Isaiah 42 verse 8. Questions 10 and 11. A. How did Jesus glorify Jehovah's name? B. Why does Jehovah's name need to be sanctified and vindicated? Our response. We agree that Jesus glorified Jehovah's name by revealing his qualities and fulfilling the vital work of sanctifying and vindicating it. Since Jehovah's reputation has been slandered, sanctifying his name remains our highest priority, in harmony with Matthew 6 verse 9. We strive to do this by living in a way that removes any cause for reproach against his name, Titus 2 verse 10. Question 12. What was Jesus willing to do because of his love for Jehovah's name? Our response. We are moved by Jesus' willingness to give up his very life to sanctify and vindicate Jehovah's name. His perfect integrity, even under the most extreme suffering, proves that love for Jehovah should motivate us to remain loyal no matter the trial, just as Hebrews 12 verse 2 encourages us to focus on the joy ahead. Question 13. Why was Jesus in a unique position to prove Satan a liar? Our response. We agree that because Jesus knew Jehovah better than anyone, he could decisively prove Satan's accusations false. Even when he felt abandoned, as recorded in Matthew 27 verse 46, he chose loyalty over self-interest. This inspires us to defend Jehovah's name and reputation in every circumstance, confident in his love. Psalm 18 verse 2. Question 14. How did Jehovah reward Jesus' faithfulness? Our response. We rejoice that Jehovah rewarded Jesus' faithfulness by resurrecting him and giving him a superior heavenly position, fulfilling Philippians 2 verses 8 and 9. This assurance strengthens our faith that Jehovah will also reward our endurance and obedience. Hebrews 6 verse 10. Question 15. What else will Jesus accomplish? Our response. We are encouraged knowing that Jesus will destroy the wicked at Armageddon, bind Satan, and restore peace and perfection during his 1,000-year reign, according to Revelation 20 verses 1 to 3. These promises fill us with hope for a world free from suffering, as described in Revelation 21 verse 4. Question 16. What will be accomplished by the end of the 1,000-year reign? Our response. We look forward to the time when sin, imperfection, and Adamic death will be gone forever, fulfilling 1 Corinthians 15 verse 26. The resurrection of the dead and the perfection of mankind will demonstrate the completeness of Jehovah's loving purpose. Questions 17 and 18. A. What happens at the end of the 1,000-year reign? B. What will Jesus do when the time comes for him to finish ruling? Our response. We are strengthened by the assurance that Jehovah's name will be fully vindicated, proving him to be a loving Father beyond all doubt. Unlike Satan, Jesus will humbly hand the kingdom back to Jehovah, showing perfect submission as stated in 1 Corinthians 15 verses 24 and 28. This encourages us to remain humble and obedient to Jehovah's rule forever. Question 19. What does Jehovah's name mean to Jesus? Our response. We are deeply impressed that Jehovah's name means everything to Jesus, so much so that he was willing to die for it and will one day hand all authority back to his Father. This motivates us to keep Jehovah's name central in our lives, as Psalm 86 verse 12 urges us to praise him with all our heart forever. How would you answer? Question 1. How did Jesus make Jehovah's name known to his disciples? Our response. Jesus made Jehovah's name known by revealing the person behind it, his purposes, activities, and qualities, in a way no one else could. Through his teachings and conduct, Jesus perfectly reflected Jehovah's personality, allowing his disciples to know Jehovah more deeply. Based on John 17 verses 6 and 26, and John 14 verse 9. Question 2. In what sense was Jesus given Jehovah's name? Our response. Jehovah gave Jesus his name in the sense that Jesus came as his representative and spokesman, performing works in his name. Even Jesus' own name, meaning Jehovah is salvation, closely connected him to his Father's name and purpose, according to John 5 verse 43 and John 10 verse 25. Question 3. What was Jesus willing to do for Jehovah's name, and why? Our response. Jesus was willing to surrender his life to sanctify and vindicate Jehovah's name. His perfect integrity, even to death, proved his deep love for his Father and decisively refuted Satan's lies, upholding Jehovah's reputation before all creation, according to John 10 verses 17 and 18, and Hebrews 12 verse 2. Source: Daddy, Mommy, Doniani, and Koledny.